Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for September 2022. We're going to jump right in here, and we're going to take a look at your current general energies in this first row. We're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you in your second row. We're going to look at any of the good stuff that could be coming up for you in your third row. And then we're going to look at any messages from your guides in this last row. We're also going to pull 5 main themes for the month at the end. And on top of all that, we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards at the end as well. And I will give you time to think of your questions. But let me just look around here. You start off here with this Let Your Personality Shine card. It says you have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. You also have the unicorn at the end. You are a unicorn, Gemini. I feel like you need to realize that you have things that make you very special, and that's what I would be embracing with this energy, is the kind of the things that make you unique and special as well. You have the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands in your first row. 3 of Pentacles, again, is a card of quality work. He has done this work right here for these people, and it's meant to represent a job well done. So I feel for a lot of you, there's a lot of work and things that you can do that you do extremely well. And if you're trying to be successful as well, you know, it's kind of funny that that card says something about comparing, because sometimes I look at this card as like her comparing his work to his work right here. And so I do look at it as a card of like comparing energy. I even said this on a podcast a while ago, that the 3 of Pentacles to me kind of represents a comparing energy sometimes. So, you know, I feel for some of you, this is saying the way that you're going to find success right now is probably not the way other people have found success, and that's perfectly fine. You have the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is kind of like taking the lead. It's also about being a trendsetter, so I feel like some of you could really be a trendsetter right now. You could be doing things differently than other people do them in like work and business, but leaving a comfort zone is kind of where it's at right now. And the 2 of Wands is about leaving a comfort zone. He needs to leave this village that's down here. Kind of represents where he has always been, and he needs to go out into the world. He's got the whole world in his hands. There's so much he could create, do, have, be, everything, and he needs to go experience it. You even have the 4 of Wands as well, which is a card of freedom. It's really a card of celebrations and happiness, but these people are celebrating because they've been set free. And I feel like there's so much freedom in doing things, you know, your own way. And that's really the main focus here of this first reading. Could even be love, for example, as well. It's like, you know, there could be a relationship that you're getting into. Maybe it's very different than what other people have, but, you know, maybe it works, right? It's like, why question something that works really, really well? And this actually looks pretty good for love. You have this loyal heart card at the end, you know, in this area of the good stuff. So if this is love, again, it could be something very different. It could even require you to move or travel with the 2 of Wands or take the lead or whatever. But again, I feel like it works. With the 3 of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a card of curiosity, and it's kind of like a card of playfulness in certain ways. On the 3 of Pentacles, she has polka dots on her cloak, which it's not going to focus because I'm trying to make a point here. But she has polka dots on her cloak. Polka dots in the tarot represent needing to not take things too seriously, represents needing to be more playful as well. And Page of Swords, maybe in work or business, if you're trying to grow in work or business, or if you're trying to find more success, I kind of feel like just exploring, being playful or playing in business could be very good for you. Same thing in love, just, you know, exploring, dating, meeting new people, meeting different types of people, and just seeing what's out there. You don't even have to date them. You could just go socialize and be like, you know, maybe you could see what kind of traits people have, what you like, what you don't like. And I feel like being more like open-hearted like that would be very beneficial. With the 2 of Wands, you have the King of Swords here. I partially feel like this is your energy. I also partially feel like this is another person. Like if you're in love, if you are attracted to a person, or if you're moving towards a person here, or if you're wondering if you should, I feel like there could be a person with like great knowledge and wisdom that's coming in for you. The King of Swords is my card of knowledge and wisdom. It could be a person who's older than you, but again, to me, that's not always true, because the King of Swords could just be a person who's very mature, who just knows how to do things, or, you know, kind of has an answer for everything. Normally, those type of people are annoying, right? The people who have an answer for everything. But it's not like that with the King of Swords. He's very, like, effective, meaning he says something and he does it. And I feel that's something that could be standing out for you here. I also feel like this is talking about your own experience. Two of Wands, like going into the world, and the King of Swords could be to gain experience. I'm kind of taking it literally, not so much accurate tarot, right? But I don't know, it's popping into my head for you that some of you are kind of getting some real world experience in gaining knowledge and wisdom just by having experiences in the world, but definitely through leaving a comfort zone. With the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Again, here you go. Four of Pentacles holding on too tightly to something. So I do feel there's something that's being let go of at this time. Again, it kind of strikes me that almost every single sign I've read for this month has been letting go of something or is letting go of something. Whenever we have these times of great change like we have right now, there's a lot of shedding of the skin. So I feel pretty much everybody is experiencing, I wouldn't really call it a loss. It could be a loss, but for the most part, I would say it's an upgrade, really. So if you're letting go of things, it's probably more of an upgrade, not so much you losing something here, Gemini. Next, you have this My Dear Friend card. This is a card of close friendship, and so for some of you, and this is coming up in the area of the unexpected, by the way. It's also another card of knowledge and wisdom. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure in the book for this deck, they talk about how, the author of this deck, this is the Oracle of the Mystical Moments, talks about how, these two have experienced many things together and they've grown in their wisdom and their knowledge. So some of you could have a very close friend who you have kind of like grown with or are growing with. Something about an attachment here. It's kind of weird. I'll show you if it shows up here on this camera, but it's like her hair is almost connected to the deer's antlers there. And so I feel there's something about an attachment maybe between you and another person. Again, this is showing up in the area of the unexpected. So I feel like there's something about history going on here between you and another person. You have the Knight of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Two of Swords. This could be about some sort of break. Four of Swords sometimes I feel could be a break between you and a person that you have history with. It's a very deep connection though. I mean, it could be like ancestral connection that's going on here. The Four of Swords could encourage you to tap into your intuition, but also to like meditate. Since we have a Mercury retrograde coming up this month, I would definitely say meditation will be very beneficial to you. Paying attention to meditation, paying attention to your dreams, all those things. Things kind of come up during Mercury retrogrades, and these are things that we can work on, that we can improve upon, whatever. And I feel it would be a good time for you to do that. You also have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is like rushing energy. Very quick change has happened in your life here, Gemini, and I feel if you're watching this I don't know what today is. It's August 20th. If you're watching this, I'm going to be putting this video up on the 21st, I believe. So if you're watching this on the 21st or, at the end of August, maybe this hasn't happened yet, but I kind of feel like it has, where something very sudden has happened in your life. And I'm not so sure it's a good or a bad thing. I feel like it's caused a little bit of stress. This horse is meant to look like it's stressed out. Next, and we're going to clarify this and see like what's going on here. I feel like the Two of Swords is connected to whatever the situation is. So if you have experienced like a sudden change or a sudden kind of shock, I don't think it's that dramatic. Again, the Tower, I feel, would have shown up here if it was like a super dramatic change. But I feel like whatever it is, it has to do with like stuck energy. Two of Swords is, like, if this is between you and a person, for example, it's like two people who can't see eye to eye or who can't come together for an agreement. This could also be distance as well, I'm getting. There's this new island behind her, and it's like she has to open up and be willing to go to this new island back here. So if this was love, it's like maybe a person wasn't willing to travel or move, for example. It could also be business as well. It's like maybe a boss isn't willing to move on your income, and they're not willing to pay you more money, for example. I see a lot of people making these decisions right now where it's like people are like, you know what? I know there's better for me. I'm going to go find it. And I kind of get that energy here. I feel this is something kind of sudden that has happened. And again, sorry, I am just like a big time Butterfingers today. I'll tell you what. But we're going to see what's going on here. Like, what is this situation? With the Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. So again, something could have been too slow or someone wasn't making up their mind in a situation if this is love. Knight of Pentacles is someone who's too cautious, who's playing it safe, and who isn't willing to invest the time. So, take it how it resonates. But if this was a person, maybe you or them, I mean, again, take it how it resonates, could be you. And again, I'm not calling you out here. It's like sometimes I think that's an answer, right? If we're not willing to put time in with a person, it's clearly not the right person. So not a criticism at all, but maybe you're kind of discovering that. But I feel like a decision was made because of like no movement. And again, if this is work, same thing. I feel like either you're not getting your worth or your value, or again, it could be business and you're kind of trying to improve your business as well. Someone's being too cautious. Something's too cautious here. With the Four of Swords, you have the Emperor. Someone decided to take control of a situation. Emperor can be about control and action. So I feel like someone has taken action here, or again, will be taking action. Kind of weird situation. I'm not sure where this is going. And with the Two of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is like going to bed, having a nightmare, waking up and being stuck in a nightmare. So I feel like someone ended like a round and round situation here. Could be you, could be them. If it's in business, same thing. You could be ending a round and round situation. That's really what I get here. But you have that my dear friend card. Why is it? So like there's a very deep connection to something. We might have to come back to this here, Gemini, at the end, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. Next, for in the area of the good stuff, you have the Loyal Heart card. So I do feel that you need to pay attention to your heart. Almost every single sign has had some sort of message about paying attention to like what matters to your heart. What truly matters to you deep down inside. And like I said, everybody's been getting this. I think that the universe is trying to make people more heart-based for the most part, not so much head-based, right? But like what does your heart tell you to do in your life? And I guess the good thing is that you could be making decisions that are more heart-based at this time. You have the Strength card, the Justice card, and the Judgment card. The Strength card is patience. So I feel you've been very patient, and the Strength card is also being seen as being strong. So as far as the good stuff is concerned, I feel like people are seeing you as someone who is very capable of handling things and doing things in your life, even if you're doing things your own way. Remember, you have that let your personality shine card, so you're doing things differently. You are a unicorn, like I said, you have that unicorn next, and I would just say keep doing what you're doing, because I feel like people are starting to notice with that Strength card. You have the Justice card, so again, there could be a lot of karmic justice. Again, it is interesting, a lot of people have the Justice card. I felt karma, Mercury retrograde. Retrogrades can kind of be karmic times. We could be receiving karma. This could be a good thing, as well, especially if you have done good things in the past where you put energy into stuff, didn't get energy back. It's almost like you're being paid back from the universe here. I'm also getting something about royalty as well. The purple color on this card, you have purple behind the Justice person. Purple kind of represents royalty, and I feel that energy, this like royalty energy. I'm not so sure. Sometimes I feel when I get that, it's saying that something is like destined for you, something is meant to be in your life. Could be like a new person, could be anything. You have the Judgment card, and I feel like you're waking up to a new beginning. The Justice card, these people are standing in their coffins. Inside the coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. Again, like I said, we're in a time of great change. I feel like there's a lot of this kind of, making transitions at this time. So you could be experiencing like a transition or going through a deep transition. With the Strength card, you have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a card of success and good news. I feel like there's like success coming in for you. It's also a card of excellence as well. Not only that, normally he's riding on the horse on the Six of Wands, and it's kind of like a card of support because horses in the tarot represent support. So I feel there's a lot of support for you right now. With the Justice card, you have the Hermit. This is like you having gone through something that has been maybe challenging. The Hermit has climbed to the top of the mountain. He's kind of gone through a dark night of the soul, and now he's done some soul searching. He's standing at the top of the mountain, and he's shining his inner light. He might be a little stuck, but he's, this is the area of the good stuff, so I feel like you're moving forward. With the Judgment card, you have the Two of Cups. You could be waking up to like what true love is for you with the Two of Cups. I'm just going to go over here. Two of Cups is like a perfect match, a soulmate. So I feel there could be a soulmate coming in for you. You have that Loyal Heart card as well. But you could also be waking up to what true love is in general. I kind of do feel that Two of Cups is extremely general. I feel like it's not even necessarily talking about a person, but it could be talking about a person as well. It could be this dear friend. You have that dear friend card. So it could be someone you have history with. Not necessarily feeling like it's an ex. It could literally be a friend. It could be someone that you've known for a long time. It could be anything, but I feel like you're very connected to this person. Again, if this is a new person, karma. I would just say this is a person from like a past life that you have a very deep connection with as far as love is concerned. At the end here, for messages from your guides, you have this Unicorn card. Again, I feel like this is talking about your uniqueness. I also kind of get more like as above, so below energy. I feel like your guides are really wanting you to tap into, positive energy and want you to tap into creating positive things in your life with this energy as well. So I'd make sure to, practice all the good, like, law of attraction stuff with this card. And, that's what I would do there. You have the Hangman, the Seven of Swords, and the Emperor. The Hangman is about gaining knowledge and wisdom. The whole entire reading has been about knowledge and wisdom. He is hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, and his head is glowing. He's made a sacrifice of the use of his arms and his legs so that he can gain knowledge and wisdom. He's also seeing things from a new perspective, and it is kind of interesting because, like, intuitively, I kind of feel like a mind blower going on here where at some point this month, I have the 17th popping into my head. I know that's a couple weeks away, but for some reason, again, I don't trust psychic timing at all, so take it how it resonates, but for some reason, I have like the 17th or something like that popping into my head. I feel like there could be a little bit of an aha moment where you kind of understand why something has happened, or you maybe kind of gain some clarity on what to do in a situation. Because you also have this right here, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but as I always say, I know everybody reads it that way, but the Seven of Swords is meant to be positive. It's a golden card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive. And yeah, he can represent trickster energy, but usually I only read him that way if he comes up with other things like the Magician and Tower or something like that. But what he's doing is he's stealing these swords from this army in the background here. So he's going to war with the army on the card, but he's doing it in a different way. This whole entire reading has been all about you doing something differently from other people. So, and this could be, maybe you grew up a certain way, and maybe, your family was a certain way, and you want to have a family with another person, your own family, but you want to do it in your own way, right? You don't want to do it like they did it. This could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, although I feel like it's a good thing, plain and simple. It's maybe bad for people in your life who have certain expectations, right, of how you live your life, as I always say. It's like people are always trying to put their expectations on us, how we should live our life. But this reading to me looks like you're choosing to live your own life and do things your way with that Seven of Swords, which is exactly what you should be doing because of that first card. You also have this Emperor here. Could be an Aries coming in for some of you in love if you want love, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a person who has Aries in their chart. I also feel you're just taking more control over your life. Again, this is messages from your guides. I feel like your guides are encouraging you to take action in this last row here. But let's clarify this and let's see. With that Hangman, you have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of kind of, I think the time for thinking is over. You have the Hangman. It's clarifying the Hangman. Four Cups, normally he kind of has the Four Cups in front of him, but it's a card of contemplation and apathy. He's like manifested the cups, but he's not accepting them into his life. And so sometimes I think that this card can represent being spoiled for choice. Not really, but having options and needing to accept an option in your life. That doesn't, and I'm not referring to love here necessarily. It's not like saying, oh, this is all you can ever have, but I do feel this is more talking about actions that you could be taking to get the things you want, like love, business, money, spirituality, health, whatever it is. I feel like this is saying maybe the things in front of you aren't perfect, but that's okay because it's like one step leads to another. And the Four Cups always reminds me of that. To me, Four Cups is ingredients. It's like you could be trying to manifest a cake, but the Four Cups is disappointments because maybe you're manifesting the flour, the sugar, the eggs, all the other ingredients. But I always say with the Four Cups, we have to take the first step because that's how we mix all the ingredients together and we get the cake that we want, right? And that's what's going on here. With the Seven of Swords, I just had the words "you'll never know" popping into my head, which is very weird. But you have the Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands is a card of passions and desires. I feel like you need to move towards your desires. Part of me feels like this is like incomplete stories that I have popping into my head with this Ace of Wands. Those are the words that I'm getting on this Ace of Wands. To me, I get this sense of needing to see things through to the end because if you don't, you'll never know. Exactly the words that I was getting here. Weird reading. Readings have been bonkers today. But what I would say here is that I feel there's opportunities, like you need to move towards your desires. And that's what this reading is trying to get you to do. Loyal heart. You have that My Dear Friend card, which could just be your connection to the universe. That deer has those antlers. Antlers are like antenna. They bring in and capture vibrations. And I feel like this is maybe there's been too much head energy, Knight of Swords, King of Swords, Two of Swords, too much real world and not enough like your own desires, Gemini, with that Ace of Wands. I don't know, that's the message I'm getting from your guides. I feel like you need to move more towards your desires. With the Emperor, you have the Seven of Cups. There you go, spoil for choice. I literally said it on the Four of Cups, and here you go. spoiled for choice. I feel like you need to take action towards the good cups, right? There are some good cups and some bad cups on the Seven of Cups. Some of the cups have good stuff, some of them have bad stuff. I feel like you need to accept the good things in your life and just be willing to accept the good things in your life. And maybe you need to get rid of some bad things from your life as well, right? I kind of feel both here, where you could be accepting some things and cutting some things out. I also feel like it's saying, like, there is no obligation. Like, I have these words popping into my head here. Maybe you feel like you have an obligation to certain things in your life that are maybe bad, and I feel like you need to realize that you don't have an obligation to those things, but I don't know. We're going to look now at the 5 main themes that you could be dealing with this month. Actually looks really good, although you do have this wreath card, which says sorrow over loss. A lot of people seem to be experiencing these things. It's like you're not alone. I feel pretty much every single sign that I've read for this month has had some sort of loss or separation going on here. So some of you, there could be some sadness, but again, it looks like to me that you're moving towards this passion new beginning with the Ace of Wands. Next, you have this wheel. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to, here you go. It says allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. I kind of get this feeling for you here, Gemini. And again, I'm not calling you out, but I feel that there is a strong need for you to at least see some things, see some things all the way through to the end. That Ace of Wands was like blasting me in the face. And if you look at it here, it's like the brightest card in the entire layout. Look at this. It's like, it really stands out in your reading, right? And I kind of feel that this is saying that there are some things that maybe you desire in your life and that you don't have, or that you haven't experienced fully. And who knows why? For some of you, I feel like it could be family. For others, I feel like it could be situations in your life that have prevented you from doing it. But I do feel there's like a need to kind of like focus and make it happen. You even have this marriage card popping up here, which it could be marriage. It's coming in for you. But I kind of feel this is more referring to your marriage to things. It's like sometimes I feel we commit to our limitations, right? And we need to break that commitment. We need to divorce ourselves from the things that we feel like are limiting us. And I'm not saying it's easy, but trust me, as someone that's done it, I can tell you it's worth it. Removing limitations and, trying to get rid of the things that hold you back. And like I said, it's not necessarily easy. It's a step-by-step process, but it will change your life. I promise you. Next, you have this cup card. It says you should accept valid criticism. So, you could be receiving some criticisms. I don't really feel like it's criticism. I think maybe there are some guides in your life. The King of Swords is my card of a mentor, and it could be any gender. It doesn't matter. If there's a person you look up to or multiple people in your life, they could be, kind of giving you some solid advice here. And, I would just listen to it. I don't think we have to. If someone says something we don't like, it's like, yeah, should we accept valid criticism? Sure, but it's like, do we have to listen to everything everybody says? No. So, I think there's, this is just a tarot reading. I'm saying don't take these too seriously. You have this skull card. It says hidden secrets can harm you. So I kind of feel, and, there's a sense of freedom in letting things out here for you, Gemini. I don't even think that's a bad thing, that skull card. I feel like it's saying, I kind of feel like it's saying that if there are things that you feel like you've been holding close to your chest, that letting certain things out or revealing things would actually be very beneficial to you, could kind of set you free. Yeah, there you go. 6 of Wands. Success. A victory in doing that. But we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now, Gemini. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. So 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. For question number 1, you have the 3 of Swords. I'd say no. Obviously, heartbreak, sadness, separation. So I'd say no. For question number 2, I would say yes. Going on an adventure, traveling, moving in a new direction. Get very adventurous vibes here from your reading in general. Like needing to do that. Ace of Wands, needing to move towards your desire. And finally, for question number 3, I would say yes. 8 of Wands. Success, good, quick success as well. And communication coming in for you. So I'd say yes. I really feel your reading is talking about that Ace of Wands and the whole unicorn thing. Very simple reading. It's like literally saying your Ace of Wands is like your desire. You have so much stuff here about your heart as well. So it's like your heart could be telling you one thing, to move in a certain direction in your life, to be in a relationship that maybe other people don't agree with, to start that business that other people don't agree with, to move, which other people might not agree with. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And I feel like this whole entire reading is saying you need to move towards that Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is true growth. And it's kind of weird. It's like I've only done Aquarius and you today as far as air signs are concerned, and it's kind of like the readings have been a little bit scary, but I don't think this is scary. I think it's more saying you've experienced some darkness, and that Ace of Wands is that light. It's that, kind of that thing that inspires you to take action or, move towards bigger and better things. So ultimately, I feel like you're moving towards bigger and better things, not something scary. And overall, it's not like a terrible reading. There isn't anything like super bad about this reading other than maybe what you could be experiencing. But again, as I say, tarot doesn't control your life. I feel like as long as you march to the beat of your own drum here with that, let your personality shine, you're going to have a great month. So thank you for being here, Gemini. I really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.